we'll be talking again soon. So John, if someone was to contact you and schedule a session with you, why don't you explain a little bit about what that would be like and what exactly you call yourself?
Okay, that's a great way to start because that's one of the hardest ones to answer because people have said, "Well, what are you? Are you an intuitive or a psychic? And what are you?" I've been called a psychic in 1978 when I was really first beginning my journey. New York Magazine did an article on psychics of New York, and I was one of the top 10 what they called psychics. And
Nice.
that's because I had that ability to listen and see and be open at a profound enough level that I could see things about what was happening in somebody's life.
Hmm.
And what was really made it a psychic as opposed to intuitive is the fact that I could tell them things that I couldn't possibly know. And I had some remarkable experiences in that part of my journey where I could, say, talk to someone about okay, this job that you're going to have interview like next week, and they didn't even tell me they would have one. I said, when you're sitting there and there's going to be an eagle on the desk, when you see the eagle on the desk, here's what the kind of thing that you need to say. And that kind of thing is psychic. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal. It
Yeah.
tells you, it doesn't necessarily provide what you're talking about in your life, about provide meaning, but it's really very attention getting, when you
Hmm.
people that connect with people that have passed over and the people that can do that. And I've had some, on occasion, mediumship experience. It's tremendously phenomenal and
Yeah.
interesting, but it doesn't necessarily provide meaning. My studies in school, in college, were about what it is that actualizes ourselves into this world.
Yeah.
And I was very interested in the practical as well as the spiritual aspects of it. And I did a cross-cultural study, very intellectual stuff. But when I really returned to my roots, I found that I could have direct access to this information.
Yeah.
So what I try to provide for people is an overall context about where they are in their life journey, in their soul journey, and what kind of practical steps are being asked of them right now. And invariably, what's being asked of them has a direct relationship to some of the challenges as well as some of the opportunities.
Right. Well, I really appreciate you taking time to explain that because that, for me, in a nutshell, is one of the most important things that I think people here in 2014 really have to understand. There are some very beautiful gifts that not only we can go to people like you and hear from, whether it's a psychic, an astrologist, an intuitive, whatever they call themselves, but also they can develop this in themselves. But like you said, the whole point is that it's not just about going and hearing about your future. It's not just getting insight into what might happen next week or next year, which can be helpful. It's about being as happy and as healthy as you can be when you get to that point.